So is it a fact that I need to prove that I live in the ward, or that the alderman's busy? Because then they said, well, we looked you up and we didn't find you anywhere in the ward. So what did you use to look me up? What did you look to look me up?
I'm not sure. I didn't look you up.
But this gentleman said that he uses public information to look people up. How?
Because the alderman is a public official.
I know who he is. I'm saying, what did you use to look up me?
We have a right to security, and we have to do basic protocol.
Okay. I'm saying, what did you use to look me up?
You keep interrupting me. You have not let me finish one.
What's going on, guys? Disorderly Product News. What you just saw there was the warm reception I got by Alderman Gilbert Villegas. Aldermen are the local politicians for the wards, neighborhood politicians that we elect on our behalf to vote on the issues. I had an appointment with him. I made it probably on the 18th or 19th of December. And because of the holidays, I had to wait till January 6th. So, I'm going to show you. Rather, a subscriber is going to tell you what I was doing on January 6th, how I cleared my schedule out, and I helped one of my subscribers in the morning, and what happened. But first, let's look at this. Alderman Villegas is averaging a 2.8 out of 5 on Google reviews. So here we go. Here are some of the Google reviews. Right here at the top, Ursula noticed that this office is skewed toward the Spanish-speaking residents of the wards. Announcements, flyers, Facebook posts. Emmy Casano gave a 5 stars, said, my old ward. He has innovative ideas. Gerrymandering caused us to be in the 29th ward. Just one look at the pattern of the 29th ward and one can easily see it should be in the 36th. When will common sense prevail? Joe Saluski says he gets paid 6 figures to play dress up. He literally does nothing for the people. Then Bob Hansen said, Gilbert is doing more for the ward in the few years he has been in than any other in the last 50 years. He holds regular meetings and events to benefit this ward. He is trying to make a difference. So I guess we're clear. Everything's clear. I can't see any confusion there. Now here we go. This is coming from the 36th ward itself. Contact our office. We are here to assist you with all of your service requests. We will do everything we can to make sure your needs are met. Well, we'll see about that. 36th Ward Alderman's office focused on service and open government, serving a historically underrepresented area of the Chicago's Northwest Side. Alderman Villegas and his team focus on 5 specific areas: public service, education, accountability, crime, and economic development. Alderman Gilbert Villegas, shown here in February 2017, said he will call for hearings with CTA officials about the lack of Latinos on the workforce. So here you go. At City Hall, city leaders must do more to increase the number of Latinos employed by the city of Chicago and stop pandering to the city's newly minted second largest ethnic or racial group. The chairman of the city's council's Latino caucus said on Wednesday, with Human Resource Commissioner Sue Choi in front of the council to field questions about the department's 2018 budget, caucus chairman Alderman Gilbert Villegas demanded she do more to ensure city hires more Latinos. He made his point next to a sign that read, "Help wanted, Latinos need apply," embellished with 2 red Chicago stars. So there you have it. The demographics of this ward are mainly white and Hispanic. So I clear my schedule for January 6th, but an emergency comes up. My subscriber needs help. Listen. Now, listen, as one of my subscribers called me and asked for help on January 6th. So I was rushing around. I cleared my schedule. I had an appointment for over 2 weeks to meet the alderman and talk to him about issues. And, well, let her tell you the story with me, and then you see the video and you decide.
She got her car stolen on the south side of Chicago, and she called me for help. And the car was running, and he went out to get a tamale thinking you were going to stay in the car, right?
Right. And the car was gone. Now, after I called the police station, and they left me on hold, I want to say, for a good 10 minutes.
Did you call 911? Was it 911?
Yeah, 911 2 times.
You had to call once. He had to call. An officer had to call twice.
Right.
And then eventually a female officer comes.
Right.
Okay, and then tell me what happens from the female officer.
She came and I told her what happened. She told me that they don't take reports anymore. That I have to go, or I have to call 311.
She came out to tell you they don't take reports.
Which I end up finding.
And your car's stolen.
Right.
How are you going to get to the police station to make a report?
Exactly.
So she's not even taking any information.
Nope.
The car could literally be on the next block. She's not radioing over. Be on the lookout for a black license. Okay,
she said she was gonna look for the truck. She's like, okay, I gave her the description of the truck and everything. My husband went to go walk around. He's like, I'm gonna see if I could, find the truck or whatever. So he's walking around and ends up seeing the same lady that said she was gonna go look for it, talking to 2 other cops outside of her car. So he stopped and he said something to her, and he said, I thought you're supposed to be help us look for our Jeep. She said, don't worry about it. There's other people looking for it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah, why not worry about it? I'm on the south side of Chicago. We're nowhere near where I live. In the hood, it's winter, and my car's gone. I'm just walking around aimlessly. Don't worry about it. Then the car gets found, right?
Right.
Not far. It got found that day. Literally an hour or 2 later.
Right.
In Woodridge.
Woodridge.
Those 3 people got out of that car and took another car, stole another car, and then went on a string of armed robberies. Right? You got in touch with Sergeant Mueller out of Woodridge, and he said, you got in touch with that officer through Sergeant Mueller, and he said, if you could get here within a half an hour, we won't tow your car.
O'clock.
Okay, so it's 11 o'clock, and they're on foot on the south side. Get this, the tow truck company closes at 12. They don't open again until Monday. Close at 12 o'clock on a Saturday and then charge you. They close at 12 o'clock because they want to make everybody who gets a car over the weekend towed, make them pay for those days. That's what. So she calls me to call them because obviously she's seen my videos. So is there anything you can do in regards to knocking down the fees? Do you know what he told me? You should be happy that we didn't charge you the $250 paperwork fee. The $250. I should be happy that you didn't charge them the $250. Did you chop the tree down yourself, Paul Bunyan? What are you talking about? Is it written in bald eagle blood? Like what makes a $250 paperwork fee? So yeah, he wanted me to thank him for not charging me the $250 paperwork fee. It would have cost Woodridge to write down a car towed. Here, hold on. I got a pen right here. I'll do it for free. I'm going to undercut the competition. Look at that. I just did it for free. Car towed. Right there. Did it for free. I'm undercutting the competition. I'll charge people $1. Anyway.
We were supposed to pick up the baby that day.
So from the hospital. Because she just had him. So, then Monday comes around. We go to Woodridge Police Station. I drive them. This is January 6th. This is the day I got the appointment with the alderman. I've taken the day off work, and I drove him there. And we talked to Sergeant, was it Pappas?
Yeah, I think it was.
He was a gentleman. He went out of his way to try and help us with our problem.
We went to the tow yard, and we still had to pay the fee. It was $210.
They bring it out the gate. This is January 6th. I'm telling you, I gotta go. I have an appointment with the alderman. January 6th. So I leave them. Their car breaks down right when they get it outside the lot, but I can't stay there. I have an appointment with the alderman that I've had for 3 weeks. So I drive a half an hour, 40 minutes about from Woodridge back to Chicago, and 5-10 minutes outside of from getting to the alderman's office. They call me and say, the alderman's busy. No appointment. Your appointment's over. And then that's where the video I'm going to show you.
Villegas' office. I had an appointment with the alderman today, but they called me 10 minutes before the appointment and said that he had something else to do. He canceled. I've had it for 2 weeks. Been waiting 2 weeks, and now they canceled on me. But my appointment is at this time, so we're going to go in here and get this appointment taken care of. How you guys doing? Fantastic. I got an appointment with Alderman Gilbert Villegas at 1:30.
Yeah, he's actually not able to make it today. I spoke with you already and let you know that. So.
Yeah. Well, you said you called me about 20 minutes before an appointment I've had for 2 weeks.
Yeah, is there a reason you're filming?
Because I like to.
Okay, well, I don't feel comfortable being on film. So.
Okay. Well, this is a public taxpayer building, so the Supreme Court has upheld that I have a right to film my public servants in the course of their duty.
Okay.
If you don't like that, you could call Clarence Thomas, Anton Scalia, people of that nature.
Okay.
But so when can I get my appointment?
I don't feel comfortable talking to you in this fashion. So.
Really? Why don't you feel comfortable? You don't like talking to the people?
Well, you wouldn't give me any information over the phone, which is generally.
But I did give you the information. I told you the street I lived on.
Okay. And what's your name?
Reagan.
Reagan. Okay.
And
Do you
what?
have ID on you or anything?
Do I need an ID to talk to the alderman?
We'd like to see some kind of evidence that
and-
you're a resident of our ward.
Okay.
You know, we want to give some background to the alderman.
Okay,
We don't-
so this
that's
is
just we do
this
that with
okay.
every-
This is disorderly product news, and what's that area code right there? What's that area code?
So we.
Okay,
we
so
like
that's the
to-
name of my company. So now you know I live in the ward.
We like
Not
to
only
have-
do you know I live in the ward, you know I live on this block.
Okay,
So now what's the problem now? When can I have the?
I don't know where you pointed to the last 4 digits of a zip code just now.
Okay, so look at this. Come here, look at. 9 disorderly product news. So that I not only do I live in this ward, I live on this block.
Okay.
So now I proved that I lived here.
So
You appoint no, stop. I proved that I've lived here.
You've changed the information you're giving us multiple times now. So
Well, how did I change it? When did I change
we're
it?
gonna end this conversation.
When did I change it?
because You're not being straightforward.
What did I change? When did I change?
You're not being straightforward.
What did I change? Tell me what I changed.
I'm.
Tell me what
You've given different streets that you live on.
What street do I live
Sir,
on?
I'm not gonna.
I gave the same street I live on.
Okay, can I get some help here? Hey, Magdalena.
What's the question? Yeah. Hey man, how you doing?
Hi, how's it going, buddy?
Good. What's
So
the question?
I had an appointment with Alderman Gilbert Villegas.
Villegas.
I'm sorry.
Villegas?
You would like me to pronounce it Villegas?
Well, that's how it is pronounced. Yeah.
Okay, so how did I said
Villegas.
Okay, so Villegas?
Yeah.
Okay, Gilbert
It's cool. No big deal.
Villegas.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I guess. Gilbert, I'll say, because I guess I can't pronounce it right. I had an appointment set up about 2 weeks ago, and because it was Christmas vacation, I know the alderman's busy. The alderman works all year round. He works hard. So about 20 minutes before, which was 1:30, was my appointment. Someone called me 20 minutes before to tell me the appointment was off,
Yeah.
and because he had something else to do.
What's it
I'm
mean?
like-
Something I can help you with? I mean, I know it's uncomfortable. Unfortunately, he's got a busy schedule.
Yeah,
It's something. I mean, I work for the guy. Something I can help with?
You're acting a little erratic. Let me finish my
You
story
got a
here.
camera in my face.
No. I don't have a camera in my face. You walked up to the camera,
I did.
so
how can I
you have a
help?
face in my camera.
Okay, fair.
So if you let me finish the story, so I had an appointment about 20 minutes before, and they called and canceled it. And I said, okay, let me make another one. He said, well, you need to prove that you live in the ward. So is it a fact that I need to prove that I live in the ward, or that the alderman's busy? Because then they said, well, we looked you up and we didn't find you anywhere in the ward. So
But it was the
what did you use to look me up?
rescheduling.
What did you look to look me up?
I'm not sure. I didn't look you up.
But this gentleman said that he uses public information to look. How?
Board of
Because
Elections.
the alderman is a public official.
I know who he is. I'm saying, what did you use to look up me?
We have a right to security, and we have
Okay.
to do basic protocol.
Okay. I'm saying, what did you use
Stop
to look me up?
interrupting You keep interrupting me. You have not let me finish one
But
sentence.
I'm not asking. Questions. I'm asking you a question.
Well,
you
don't
didn't
wanna-
want to talk before. Now you want to talk.
You don't want to finish a sentence.
Stop.
You don't wanna let me finish
Stop
a
talking.
sentence.
I don't. You're right. I don't. I'm asking you a
We're
question.
gonna
If you
ask
don't
you
want
to
to
leave
answer
now.
that
We're gonna
question,
ask you to leave.
I'm talking to this gentleman.
Okay.
He's not asking me to leave anything. I'm being
I'm asking you to leave.
Okay, well, I'm denying that answer. I have a right to fill my public servants in the course of their duties. This is a taxpayer-funded building.
Well, you have not shown us any evidence that you're. A
I don't.
resident,
I don't have to.
taxpayer,
I don't even have to
who
be a
you
resident of
are.
the United States to do this, let alone a resident of
God,
your
he just
ward.
went full excuse mode there. Just, you haven't showed us that you're a resident. You showed us who you are, that you pay taxes. I got to bring in my tax forms now, but let's see. Let Let's see what kind of taxes that they have here in Chicago. They got an amusement tax, amusing tax, subscribers pay television programming, a boating mooring tax, a bottled water tax, a checkout bag tax, a cigarette tax, electricity infrastructure maintenance tax, electricity use tax, emergency telephone system surcharge, landline tax, emergency telephone system surcharge, wireless tax, employer's expense tax, floor and fire insurance tax, fountain soft drink tax, gas use tax, ground transportation tax, hotel accommodations tax, a liquid nicotine product tax, liquor tax, MIPA, airport departure tax, can't forget about the MIPA tax, motor vehicle lesser tax, non-retail transfer of motor vehicles tax, occupation tax, natural gas distributor and reseller, other tobacco products tax, parking tax, personal property lease transaction tax, real property transfer tax, restaurant tax, telecommunications tax, tire fee, use tax for non-titled personal property, use tax for titled personal property, and vehicle fuel tax. That is on top of a sales tax and an income tax. Yeah, I pay taxes because I'm alive and I'm not naked.
We have a right to have some kind of information about who we're dealing with and talking to, okay?
No, sorry, I don't think you do. Well, I mean, you could.
I mean, we've had problems in the past. I don't think you're a problem.
Okay,
but
good.
We've had some security
Yeah,
issues.
and I'm not that security.
We do. No, I don't think you are.
Yeah.
I'm saying there have
I'll
been
take my
some
glasses
issues.
off.
So at this point, I did something I have never, ever, ever done in my career. I turned the camera off. Because it was obviously freaking out Kevin and the other guy. I'm sure Kevin doesn't get freaked out by the cameras at Chase Bank when he's going to pick up his money, in which he receives by sucking off the taxpayer's teat. I'm sure those cameras over there at the bank don't freak him out when it's time to withdraw the money he gets from us. So I turned the camera off because I want to talk to the alderman. Listen, I knew they were never going to let me talk to the alderman. I knew it. I knew they were never going to let me talk to the alderman. I came in there with the camera to watch them make up as many lies and excuses as they could. And I just let them talk and talk and talk and spin themselves into a circle. And now he's so twisted up into a circle, he doesn't know what to do. I'm asking him, well, what did you use to look up private citizens' information to find out that he lives in this ward? Well, we need the alderman. The alderman's got security. That's not what I'm asking. I understand that. What did you use? And he won't answer it. So I turn off the camera. I give them all my information. I give my phone number. And I leave thinking, stupidly, that they were going to reach out and call me and try and figure out something. They didn't, which got me rather upset. So after about 2 weeks, I came back. But this time, I got some damaging evidence
Here
with
we
me.
are outside the 36th Ward Alderman's office, Gilbert Villegas. This is in regards to the Chicago fire incident. This is the third time I've been here. I had an appointment I made before Christmas, and since it was over the holidays, they gave it to me on January 6th. So I was waiting a while. In the meantime, they had Kwame call me from the film office, and then they tried to back out of the appointment. I said, okay, I'll talk to Kwame, and I got an appointment. The alderman's only got like maybe 15 minutes. Fantastic. 1:30, January 6th, 1:30 to 1:45, Wretched and Stone. Anyways, January 6th came. I took two of my subscribers who got their car stolen to the lot, and I hurried over here, and 5 minutes before I got here, 10 minutes before I got here, they called to tell me that the appointment was canceled. So we're going to go in here and... What's going on, guys?
What's up, bud? How are you?
Good, how about you?
Good, how are you?
I've been better.
What's going on?
A couple things. Is Alderman Villegas available
He's in a meeting at the moment.
in this building?
He's in a meeting, yes.
In this building? Could I wait for him?
For what exactly?
Okay, so this is a Chicago fire. This is the Chicago fire filming that you guys disseminated on December 13th to December 14th. It took place on Mulligan and Grand, which had two overturned cars with fireballs shooting out of them. Now, this is the permit for said filming. The filming took place on the 13th and the 14th. The permit did not. The permit wasn't issued to the 16th. They didn't have a permit to be there. Not only that, they were telling citizens to go inside their house because of the filming. So a private company can make money. Citizens need to go inside their house at 6 o'clock on an unseasonably warm Friday in December. That's what happened, and because of that,
I know you've been in here previously.
yeah,
You spoke with Justin.
I don't know who Justin is. I know
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin and Justin was the other gentleman you spoke with.
Yeah,
So what came about that conversation?
nothing. I gave them my phone number. They never returned my call.
Okay. So
Never
what,
said
what
another
answer are you
word
looking
to me.
for right now?
Well, this is new developments. They didn't have a. No one's given. Everyone's kind of passed me off and just said, "Okay, I give my number." They just forget about me, like I don't exist. But that's not going to be the case this time. This video is going on. So I want to know how can you not park on the city of Chicago without a permit? Yet you can have 2 overturned cars with fireballs shooting out of them, and a police officer working on behalf of a private company, and yet not have a permit. How does that work?
Not too sure. We don't authorize them.
Okay.
They come directly from.
But it happened in your ward, obviously, so you do have something to do with it, and you did disseminate these.
Yeah, but we don't have anything to do with the operational aspect of it.
Would you
whether
see-
they went to their department
Okay.
and gained the proper permits for it, we don't have any actual authority over the operation of it. If they did conduct something
So
inaccurate,
when you're saying them and they and who is
the
them and they?
departments. So whether
Department
it would
who?
be buildings department who hands out, or business affairs who hands out.
Well,
these
this is
special
Department of
permits.
Transportation.
Okay, so this will be for public way,
Okay.
right?
So you're asking me who, and you're telling me who deals
Right.
with
When
this?
I say they, I mean the departments that give out these permits. So this is Department of Transportation.
Okay.
They would have to deal with the operational aspect of it. So whether or not they operated within the permit and the timeline,
Mhm.
that is something we'll have to address with them. I don't have any knowledge of it. I believe that our office.
Yeah, I
would-
wouldn't think you would. I mean,
Yeah.
Alderman Villegas
We
would be
got
the
the
person
same-
who would have to
Right, we
talk
got
to,
the
but
same-
of course
we
I
got
can't
the
talk to him.
same
And
flyer you did.
yeah,
So if they didn't conduct out, in
well, I mean, you
those
disseminated
hours-
that flyer because you have the list of everybody that lives in the ward. Okay, so I had an appointment with Alderman Villegas, and I had made it before Christmas, and I got it on January 6th, and I waited patiently, and then 2 of my subscribers' car got stolen on the south side of Chicago, and they got found in Wooddale, and the lot closed, and they had to go pick up the car on Monday. They had to pay $200. I went and dropped them off, and then I left them there, and their car broke down. I left them there to make it to this appointment, and 5 minutes before I walked in, they called me and said Alderman Villegas was busy. He couldn't talk to me. So they canceled an appointment that I had for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 minutes before I got here. And then I said, okay, if he's busy, let me make another appointment. Well, we don't know who you are. Well, which is it? Is he busy or you don't know who I am? Well, we don't know if you're a taxpayer. Well, you know how you know I'm a taxpayer? Because I'm breathing and I'm not naked. That's how I'm a taxpayer.
Okay. So whatever the case may be.
And hold
we
on,
wanna
one more
address
thing,
that.
one more thing.
Yeah.
He also said he looked me up and he found out I was not a resident of the ward. So what systems are you guys using to look up private citizens' information to find out whether they're residents of the ward or not?
Well, we have a constituent database. So
Okay.
that's the only way we would be able to look you up.
And how is that generated?
It's regular public. We look up a ward lookup. We look up your address and see what ward you belong to, and whether or not you belong to us. That's how we.
So if you just had my name and you would put that into what database?
So yeah. So the topic at hand is.
No.
this
I
right
want to
here.
know. Let's go back to there.
But we're not going to go back to that
Why not?
because we're talking about your meeting with the alderman. So are we addressing a rescheduling?
No.
of the
I want to
meeting?
know what the alderman's office used to look up a private citizen's information.
The same public information. I am letting you know that we're talking about your meeting with the alderman. We have a public record just like every other alderman's office. You can ask.
Okay,
every
and
other
I'm
alderman's
asking you,
office.
what is that public record?
The ward lookup. I can tell you right now.
That's what I'm asking you.
Okay. cityofchicago.gov ward lookup.
Cityofchicago.gov ward lookup, and then you put the person's name in there?
Yep.
City
So you put in an address.
Chicago.
You put in an address.
Well, he didn't have an address.
Well, did you give him an address?
No.
So I don't have anything else to comment on that because that.
Okay, so he couldn't have possibly looked it up on there if you need an ad. So you're telling me you need an address for it?
An address, yes.
Well, he didn't have an address, so how could you have looked it up?
I wasn't there. I mean, wasn't in that. Wasn't in that conversation.
Well, somebody seems like somebody's lying. City of Chicago.gov Ward lookup.
Yeah.
And one of the things you need, you're saying, is an address. Okay. Well, he definitely didn't have my address, so that couldn't have been the reason.
Yeah.
Though there were two police officers in here, so I don't want to find out that he used my name and looked with their database, because that would be highly unethical and illegal.
No, that wouldn't be the case. So
oh, you know that wouldn't be the case, right?
That wouldn't be
you
the
didn't
case.
know. You don't know anything else, but you know that wouldn't be the case.
That wouldn't be the case.
Okay.
Yeah, we have our own database, and that's how we.
But well, he couldn't have looked on that database because you just said he didn't have my.
So whether or not we're talking about the
so now you're going to tell
like
me what we're talking about.
Would you like to reschedule the meeting? We can.
Yes.
Be happy to do that.
If he's here, I'll wait now.
We can reschedule the meeting. This is our scheduler. She can reschedule.
What's her name? What's her name?
Nelly.
Nelly. Another rescheduling with Nelly. This is a third rescheduling with Nelly. So Nelly, what do you think if I had to place odds, if we had to gamble, what do you think the odds are that if I make an appointment with you right now, it's actually gonna happen?
Well, I can make the appointment if something comes up. I mean,
is that
out of my
50-50?
control, but
2 to 1? Maybe 10%?
Are you
Well, we're
interested
giving you
in
a definite
scheduling
date.
a meeting?
I'm sorry?
Are you interested in scheduling a meeting?
I am, ma'am.
Okay. So I have Monday at 5 o'clock. Are you available?
What's that date?
Monday, February 3rd.
Monday, February 3rd. At 5 o'clock. I am available. So,
Can I just get your first and last name?
Reagan. F. Fitzgerald, as in Fitzgerald.
And then can I have...
No, that's my middle name. That's my middle name. You didn't get my last name yet. Peabody.
And can I get your phone number?
No.
Okay, so
Why would you need my phone number for?
Just because if something comes up, I would like to get in contact with you before.
Okay.
I ask everybody for this.
I mean, you had my phone number before because you called me to cancel the first appointment. So you want me to give it to you again? 7